yeah, I just really needed to record a video like this. I don't necessarily have much planned, apart from the fact that yeah, we're actually gonna go out here. I just wanted to start in that room again. Apologies about the drifting. It's gotten so much worse, and I can't get compressed air right now. So yeah, oh my god, I don't remember this being such a clusterfuck, but it's so beautiful. Look at all this. I don't remember what I did and did not show you in the last episode because I was sort of freaking out the whole time. Not to mention that time limit. I hated recording last episode. It was, ugh. I mean, not the main bit. It's just that it took 3 attempts and I didn't get enough time. We'll probably be talking about that at some point today. Ah, there looks good. Okay, so I want to make a Dr. Nim room as well as sort of expand this in a way that makes some sense. So it needs to go out like this. Yeah, like I'm holding down. No, I'm holding down. I'm gonna. Okay, here we go. Holding down now. Yeah, that's how responsive. And all right, so I'm gonna go now, and then I'm gonna tell you when I stop. Now, stop. Yep. So that's what we're working with in terms of controls. It's kind of terrible. Trying to figure out how we want to do this intersection. Maybe just splay it out there. I don't know. The biggest reason I want to record something like this right now is because, I mean, it feels weird saying it because I don't like talking about topical things right now. Or just, I don't like talking about topical things on this YouTube channel because I know that all of it is just archived, and that's the whole point, is that someday someone in the future will end up watching all these, even if that person's me. But, you know, the current thing going on is the coronavirus, also known as COVID-19, also known as, hopefully history forgets it, it sucks right now, just because it has a mortality rate, which is higher than one would hope, and it's all across the planet, and it's an airborne thing, so we're all fucked, and I have been taken out of school by the district for 3 weeks. 3 weeks of not going to school. That's a break, and some districts are talking about doing online school after the break is over, but my school can't do that because we are not necessarily the poor school, it's just that a lot of our students are poor, so we can't do online school, which means that I might have to restart the semester, and some other things, being mainly that my New Year's resolutions, if you remember them from last episode, pretty much all require people to interact with. So without people to interact with frequently, I am stuck in a perpetual state of worrying about the same few things for at least a month, which is horrible. Yeah, just, and the fact I'm not getting better at being okay with myself. If you catch my drift, I am not building while doing this. I'm not getting better at being okay with myself if I don't have new people to talk to. Not that that would necessarily be a thing if we hadn't been quarantined, as people have said, which isn't exactly how that is. Quarantine is forceful, and this is not forceful. This is incredibly voluntary. But yeah, like, even if this didn't happen, it would still be interacting with the same people on a daily basis, but I feel like it would ease the stress that, I don't know, it's hard to say. I, of course, just have the fear that people see me differently now, which I think, I'm not going to make excuses for the fear. I think it's a valid fear, but I'm not going to say that feeling it is necessarily okay, you know? Because I know my friends definitely don't see me differently. or if they did, it was just out of fear that maybe I would see them differently, which I get as well. But, like, I don't know. I get that it's an irrational fear. It's an anxiety that I wouldn't have, though, if I was interacting with my friends on a daily basis like I was. But now that I am not, and I can't, then that sucks. Yeah. Yeah, I could theoretically meet them outside of school, but that would be, one, a tad weird, and two, a lot of them are traveling because this is actually spring break. So the first week of the 3 weeks is spring break, which I'm about halfway through, dear lord. Wait, actually, is today Thursday? Today is Thursday. Fuck. Fortnite also stopped the thing. Like, I thought my one outlet here would be like, get more items in Fortnite because I'm going to be out for a couple weeks. No, apparently not. Because Fortnite also stopped their thing. They even stopped the development of a kick-ass game mode for political reasons. The game mode was called Infected, so whoops. Yeah, it's kind of neat. But, yeah, just, it's rough. I'm kind of introverted anyway, so loneliness is never a problem. But my anxieties are. And I'm not saying, I don't even need to specify this. I'm pretty sure people in the future get it. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Of course, people are overreacting, whatever. It's less about the virus itself and more just not being able to get my life together as planned. Yeah, which apparently other people have done. They're like, 2020 is going to be my year, and then, nope, apparently not, which is every year, in fairness. And this is no excuse to stop working on my New Year's resolutions, but it has become harder. But I'm doing my best, and this is part of it, is that I have to be able to talk about it without freaking out. I mean, I kind of lightly touched on it last episode, but the biggest reason I'm freaking out is because for years I've been hiding it from myself, and to jump straight from hiding it from myself to being open with others is quite a big jump. But it's a jump I have to make, or else I'll have even worse feelings about, like, lying to others and stuff. Which I get is like, oh, it's not a feeling you should have. It's whatever. It's not like, it's not anyone else's fault but mine. It's, I know, just because, like, now I am technically, I don't know, visited all the LGBT communities or whatever, and it's, like, so many people there would be so quick to just blame my upbringing or whatever, like, oh, they should have told you to be more open. So I have no one to blame but me. Like, it's stupid to consider my anxiety right now anyone else's fault. Because it's not. Like, it was and still is purely a me thing, is my point. And that's partly to make myself feel better, partly to rag on assholes who blame others for their problems, and partly to ease the worries of my family if and when they watch this. Probably not when. I don't know, Dave usually does. Okay, my point is, I think I'm procrastinating this. What was my point? I don't really think I had a point. My point is just being able to talk about this on recording is my biggest substitute right now. So that's fine. I should also mention what I want to do. I'm not just building hallways here. Well, I sort of am. I needed to build a hallway like this anyway, so I'm just kind of getting this out of the way. But I want to build a Dr. Nim room as well as a couple other games. I want to play some games on my TARDIS. I don't want just... Because look at... I mean, first of all, it's beautiful. I love looking at this. It's wonderful. Especially the prison. That's... This... You know, this... I attribute me coming out, like, the first steps of this to this. This whole prison area. Because this is another thing that I was just so concerned about. Like, you know, what if people think it's stupid? Which people do think it's stupid, but they thought of it as less stupid than I thought. You know? Like, yes, this is stupid, but it's a fun stupid. It's not stupid as, like, an edgy stupid. Which is nice. And I never meant it to be an edgy stupid, which I'm aware rooms like this could come off as edgy stupid. But, you know, I wanted to come off as fun, stupid. Which was just the first step in being more open with myself and others, which got me thinking, and yeah, I don't know. That's the biggest difference. I don't like when people say, like, you know, got me thinking most of the time, because most of the time when they say got me thinking, it's not thinking. Because in the immortal words of the Doctor, thinking is just a fancy word for changing your mind. And, you know, people say, you know, it got me thinking when they haven't changed their worldview even slightly. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it's appropriate. Just for the sake of being a better person in general, probably avoid using got me thinking in that kind of way. All right, I want Dr. Nim to be this one. You know, because I kind of want it to be this way, but I can probably expand more this way. I want it to be this way, but there's not enough room. So how about I do this, and that adds another like twist and turn and fills up more space. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. That's a little less compact than I kind of wanted it to be. That's a bit more open, but yeah, I can make it work. Actually, what I could absolutely do. No, okay, I'm not gonna worry about that just yet. We're gonna make Dr. Nim. I kind of want to polish it a bit more than I usually do, because I've made Dr. Nim before. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Dr. Nim was a board game in the 60s, made entirely out of plastic, with balls and stuff, and it is, I don't believe it's the first ever AI, but it is one of the earliest AIs, ever. Debatably, an AI could be like, you know, I pushed a rock into another rock and the second rock moved. So like a Newton's cradle might be considered an AI. But that's getting, like, super into semantics. But this is, like, Dr. Nim was pretty much on, like, the line of what you would consider an AI and not an AI. So I just admire it for that. Yeah, so we're going to create that. And it was originally just made out of plastic, but we're going to make it with redstone. So that's pseudo-electricity. So, yeah. You'll see. It's, because when you see it, it's like, I've shown people and they're like, that's not an AI. And I'm like, oh yeah, how does AI work then? And they describe it, and I'm like, yeah, well, if you break that down, it's literally just what you described. I'm going to make it out of white concrete. I usually do it out of sand, because that's the most available material, because you can make it in survival mode. You can technically make all of this in survival mode if you're insane. Especially that. I don't know if I showed you guys that. That's the outside room, too. It's going to be that, but huge. And on an alien planet. It's going to be so good. Okay, so how do I need to make sure I have enough room for this. So I think I'm going to do 3, and then I'm going to do 1, 2. This row is what I'm going to make it on. Because it's going to be, like, in the ground partially. If I have enough room for that, I should. That was loud. That's, my left Joy-Con's actually never died. It's just kept saying low battery like that and it's never died. So, yeah. Okay, so it's an odd number. No, it's not. It's not an odd number. It's an even number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna be off by 1. 6, 7. I don't know. Maybe I make it sideways, like the whole room, like sideways. Yeah, this is the width of the room, right? And then we just extended out the number that it needs to, although that's not going to solve the lights problem. Actually, no, it will, because the lights... Okay, that'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go into why I thought 12 was an odd number. 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this will be like a little bit of an education for you if you didn't know what Dr. Nim was, which is most people. But, like, I don't know. If I... It's part of me dabbling in all art forms, you know? It's just that one of those art forms happens to be ethics. And this is 100% one of them. And might let you in some insight as to why I have such loose morals. I don't know. That's one of my anxieties. That's the anxiety that's been sticking with me my whole life. That's why I can't draw things. Now I'm oversharing to the point where I'm not comfortable, so I'm gonna stop talking about that. Yeah. There are some very pretentious people that I really don't like in my life right now. I'm not gonna say who, because it's wrong for me to out her anyway. But I have a teacher at the moment. I won't even specify which teacher because I know people are watching this. But she, I don't know, she's a bit, how do I say, but raging liberal. Not that there's anything wrong with being liberal or whatever. I'm pretty non-political. Both sides are terrible. Yeah, that's about as political as I get. Like, I don't get their views. Their views are so, both sides have such closed-minded views. They're like, we're going for one feeling and one feeling only, and then they stop. It's like, think things out, please. I'm getting way off track. My point is, she's like, she tries to relate to people way too much. Yeah, we had it was the last day before break, and everyone was panicking, basically. The teachers were freaking out because they thought they were going to lose their jobs. The students were freaking out because a lot of us don't come from great homes, and being stuck at home for an extended period of time kind of fucking sucks. No comment as to whether I'm those people, alright? I'll talk about that later. But, yeah, so she just decided to have, like, a real day where we can talk about what's, messing with us all the time. And I just built these one higher than I needed to. Yeah, so she just decided to have a real day, so I talked about my, anxieties with... Fucking take a shot every time I say anxiety, it'll end the suffering faster. Okay. So anyway, I just talk about, how I feel about coming out recently. And then she said, I'm phrasing this like it's serious. It's definitely not. She said, like, yeah, hearts not parts, am I right? And I'm like, sure. So, I mean, she tried, I just don't like when people try too hard, Oh, wrong one. Yeah, I really like the aesthetic of this, but programming it might suck. No, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be perfectly fine. Yeah. I might put up some signs as to how to play the game, but it's not like anyone else is going in the Stardust but me. If I end up, like, I don't know, releasing this map or something, I don't know how I would even do that, but if I did end up releasing this map for the public at some point, then I would put up signs everywhere. Not everywhere, but I would put up signs where I needed to tell people what's up. I could do this with sticky pistons and other blocks, but, that seems cool. Maybe I should do sticky pistons and regular blocks. Yeah. Yeah, alright, I'll do sticky pistons and regular blocks. What are some regular blocks? I want a block of gold, first of all. And then maybe some iron? Yeah, iron seems fine. What else is bothering me? That is about it. Just, worried about people seeing me differently. That's... I think is a pretty substantial fear, so that's the thing. The fact that I see it now as kind of boring is actually, I think, the point of this whole thing. That's the whole point of venting, is to sort of see it as normal by the end. Yeah, I don't know. I do know. I just said it. Yeah, there's not much to talk about Dr. Nim. I kind of gave you the gist. We'll get into the programming in a sec, so... Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't cover it just yet. Nah, covering it's fine. Well, this worked out pretty well. I want to add a garage again. I had a garage in my last TARDIS, which had just a bunch of fictional vehicles that mysteriously disappeared and never to be seen again. Like one of the DeLorean. I mentioned this already in the series, but, the Borealis, one of the DeLoreans, all the jazz. Yeah, okay. Man. Okay, so we need some redstone. We're gonna tear up this floor that I just built. Yeah, that was probably a bad idea. And then I want levers, and then I'll I'll bring a button, because I want buttons to work here at some point. I'm going to have to tear up this whole damn floor. I don't know why I did this. I'll re-grab the block of quartz, because I'm going to put it all back. I get so much pleasure out of this. I don't know. I find myself being a lot more honest with people when they give me a perfect out, to be honest. You know, where they're like, I don't know how to say it, just like, raise your hand if this applies to you, and then I'll be like, well, it's going to be a quick one and done, time to be more honest with this random stranger than I have been with my parents, that kind of thing. So yeah, I've done that multiple times. And that's been interesting. Right, there's going to be a whole other programming thing on the other side. So right now we're just going to worry about programming this side. So right now we're going to do yeah, alright, all the levers are going to be on this block here that I'm placing. There we go. Actually, does it reverse if I do it the other way? Nope. Okay. Nice. And then this can just go straight into here. The programming on this side is easy as hell. Programming on the other side is going to be a tad more complicated, especially when it comes to rewiring it back into this room. But yeah. So theoretically, with what's going... Wait, hold on. Can this actually work? Okay, good. Yeah, they changed how redstone worked between the last version and this version. So, yeah, I say the last version. Alright, so the whole game of Dr. Nim is, you have, the game of Nim, as it's called. Dr. Nim's the board game, so we're going to make Dr. Nim in a sec. Dr. Nim is the name of the AI, is my point. So the game of Nim is you and a partner have this board of 12 pieces. And you can take 1 to 3 pieces every time you play. And the goal is to take the last piece. So, so I would start with, like, 2, and then the next person would go with, like, 3, and I'd go with, like, 1, and then they would go with, like, 3, and then I would be like, oh, sweet, I'm 3 away, I'll take the 3. So, yeah. Oh, man. I played a fun version of this where you tried to get the other person to take the last piece, and you could do it with, like, 3 players, and it was weird as hell. Okay, so now we're going to have to, tear down the whole damn wall. I got really ahead of myself here. Ah, fuck. Come on. Yeah, I don't really get people that use being LGBT as, like, an excuse to be just a dick to others. It's horrible. Like, they're just... Ugh. It's disgusting. And I'm going to do my part as to not do that, because part of being a human being is being a decent human being. Okay. I need to also... Come on, then. The doctor will see you now. I'm just gonna tear this whole thing up. I keep saying LGBT. I'm just the B, is my point. That's not my point. Why do I keep saying is my point, as if that's what I'm trying to get across? Yeah, I don't know. I suppose the other part of it is that I don't necessarily feel entirely welcome there, because, obviousness. Okay, so I'm gonna have to spoil the secret to the game of Nim here in order to actually show you what I'm doing. So the whole game of Nim was invented to be easily cheated, because the first person who plays will always lose. So the first person that plays will pick, like, 2. So the whole thing is that this whole thing is divisible by 4. It can theoretically go on much further than 12, but 12 is the tradition. So the first person picks 2, and the second person then has to add add whatever to that to make it equal 4. So the second person adds 2. First person goes with 3, and the second person goes with 1, and the first person is now stuck. No matter what they do, they are doomed. The second person will always win. So that is the whole point. Now, Dr. Nim is an AI that automatically does that. So so player 1 over here, which is the real-life player, will be flipping switches for their turns, and then Dr. Nim on the other side will then just win all the time, every single time. And that's the game. So how we would do that is by connecting the first 4, like this, into a single repeater that shows up here. So theoretically, if we flip this, it will always play 4. So theoretically, if he goes first, he will cheat. But if I go first, I pick, let's say, 2, then he will add up the math and do 4. There you go. So that's the whole premise. And now I just need to hook all of that up. And then the hard part is going to be rewiring it back into the room. Oh, hey, look at that. There we go. Also, I've noticed that, like, half of all people on Reddit are bisexuals, which I noticed before I even realized I myself was, and I feel like I've been corrupted. So, yeah. I don't want the levers to go straight that way, because that's going to reveal the trick. So I need them to, like, loop back to somewhere? Here, maybe? No, that's not... It's not the right number. I could have, like, 4 levers, because that's the problem, is that, you know, if I do that, then, well, first of all, yeah, okay. So I can't, the biggest problem is going to be finding out where to put the levers. I'll just put them, like, on the wall here, right where the lights would theoretically be. So I'll just, here we go, that's, something so majestic about this right now. It looks beautiful. Okay. Okay, nice. So this won't necessarily interact with that one specifically, but it's just going to be hypothetically turn 6, as if that was a thing. Yeah. So only the first 3 are actually going to be hooked up. Okay. So since, yeah, these are going in the same repeater, so... Ooh, how do I do this? That's how I do this. Okay. So then I need to hook this one up in a very similar way. Okay. This is fine. I'm fine with the events that are occurring. If I just shut up, controller. Alright. And now I can put a block here. Yes, there's nothing stopping me from doing that. Oh, the power I feel. Okay. And then we're going to do that, and then another repeater. And then do all that. And that is going to make this bit interesting. Okay. Ah, yes, but there's also that. Which is fine as well, because I can do this. Yes. Yes. Still fine, because watch this. Because if this takes like a 90-degree turn here... Okay, yeah, I got it. This looks scuffed as hell. But I did it. And then we just put a repeater there. And see, that's all connecting. But if I put a block here, it can't go through. Oh yeah. All right. So now, actually, theoretically, I'm done. Right? Like, in theory, that's Dr. Nim made. I just got to patch up all the holes. All right. Time to reset. So I'm going to do 1. And I'm going to go over here. Dr. Nim plays 3. Nice. I will then play 2. I bet he won't expect that. What's he going to do? Abso-fucking... Oh, I put the repeaters on backwards. This is why you beta test, gentlemen. Fuck you, ladies. I'm kidding. Fuck you, gentlemen, as well. That's my thing now. Okay. Did that raise up 2? I think that raised up 2. Let's check again. Yeah, he played 2. All right. Moment of truth. I play 1. Is he gonna play 3? He played 3. Yeah. Oh, Dr. Nim. Actually, you're not a him, are you? I don't see no... Okay, well, I'm gonna stop before I end up doing that. Okay. Yeah. I don't think Dr. Nim's an actual physician. Okay, so theoretically, I just gotta patch it up now. Oh, hell yeah. I don't want to say theoretically anymore, because, I mean, I just have to patch it up. It's gonna look beautiful. Oh, hell yes! And it even does the trickery thing that I want. Because every other version of Nim I built just had 3 levers, and it's like, alright, so he's gonna win in 3, right? But this one is actually like, you know, if you both play 1 every time, it could take 12 turns. Ah, that's awesome. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. I could actually make this even fancier. I kind of want to, because theoretically it would never take 12 turns. Theoretically it would only take 6, so I would have to remove half the levers. However, what I could do is that you flip the lever on the turn that he's currently doing. So then those 2 would raise from that. But then that would be stupid easy. That would be so easy. I'm going to do that now. I won't have to dig up any wiring. I just got to rewire some stuff back here. Yeah, okay, that's just... I gotta... You know, this whole thing's really impressive, and I love it, but, back beast. Foul beasts. Yeah, I just gotta hook it back up to... I hook all groups of 4 levers up to the repeater. I don't even have to do a repeater, do I? Just gotta hook up all the levers to the... No, I do need a repeater. No, well, no, they're already grouped together, so... I kind of overshared on my last video. I'm oversharing on this one too, but that's the mood of the series here. But my last video was a Flash game called Flight, and I definitely overshared on that one. So, yeah. Okay, nothing wrong with some wiring being exposed back here. Okay, so every group of 4, so that's going to be like here. That's going to... Alright. I've just got to cycle these down. Every single one of them. Hell yeah. Oh, okay. Can't I put them into redstone torches? Okay. I might have to destroy the wall up there so I can... Okay, torch, and now put the lever. That puts the torch out. Nice. Oh, wait, I can just connect it like that. Right. Okay, nice. I just actually have to do that on all of them. That's ridiculously easy. Wow. I mean, I did say it would be easy, but if I knew it would be that easy... I thought there would be some challenge here. Come on. Oh, man. Okay. Oof. I'm going to have to flip all the levers. That's fine. Who's to say what's on and what's off? I like the idea of up being on. That just seems to make sense. Off y'all go. Alright. Turn 1. I will play 2. Dr. Nim? 2. Alright, I will play 3. Dr. Nim? 1. This works beautifully! Oh my god, look at this! This is beautiful! I don't care what you say, this looks amazing. I'm gonna reset all my levers. I know this kind of reveals the trick. Make sure to reset the Dr. Nim's levers first. Oh, man. Okay, that's just awesome. Maybe I should put some lights on the roof as well. Because it'll light directly over... Sorry if you have epilepsy, by the way. Apparently I do. I'm having a mouth seizure. Whatever. I'm not making fun of the idea of seizures. I'm aware there are like a bunch of different kinds, and I'm pretty sure that counts as one. That's a stroke, actually. It's whatever. Alright, what other game can I even make with redstone? That's going to be the other half of this episode. Yes, we're only halfway done. At least I'm only halfway done recording. Maybe I'll cut this up. Maybe I'll just release it as 2 separate TARDIS videos. Who knows? Probably the second thing. I don't like cutting up bits where I vent, because I feel like I'm cheating myself. Okay, so, second game. What is a game we can play? I kind of want to base it off like a card game, but that seems complicated. Chess seems way too complicated. I don't know, Go seems alright, but I don't know how to play it. Checkers, maybe. How would I even do checkers? With levers and lights. But you would never be able to tell whose pieces is whose. So, yeah, that's interesting. Actually, no, there's not different colored lights, are there? Not even a single other color. We could do it with levers. Boring. I don't know. I want like a game with more variety than Dr. Nim right now. I mean, not that Dr. Nim doesn't have a massive amount of variety, am I right? But, you know, I want a game that changes next time I play. I want a roguelike. I don't know. That's another part about being in quarantine for 3 weeks. This was my spring break plan anyway, but like, I don't know. I figured there'd be more to do, and I'm about Jesus, a week through it, and I don't know. I don't think I can keep this up for 2 more weeks, but I'm gonna have to. So even longer, because they might just cancel the semester. I don't know. It's theoretically everything tomorrow is gonna be fine because I'll be able to hang out with Radam and Adam and, you know, quell some of those anxieties a bit. Be able to play some board games or whatever with someone I didn't create, you know. Just, you know what I talked about? Being more open with strangers than I am with my own family sometimes. This reminded me of that because yeah, it was with a complete stranger. It was the first time I ever said I actually wanted to have kids. Which, yeah, is definitely going to be a plan at some point in the future. I have so much pride in, you know, creations like this that, you know, want to do something like that in real life. So, sorry if that got a little personal there, but, yeah, I just pretty much said it because I figured deep enough into the video, whoever sees it probably genuinely cares at this point. Yeah, and if you know my family personally, I would kindly ask that you don't share that with them. Anyway. How do I'm gonna have to actually think about this for a sec. Diamond. There we go. Okay, where's the thing? Why am I saying that? I'm looking for a thing. Maybe I was always inspired by this this game that Ant Venom and Caveman Films played as an episode, as 2 episodes for both of them. I rewatched those 4 videos so often. They were both like half an hour long. They were so good. But it was like a zombie killing arena game, and I want to do that. I want to do that so bad right now. So I kind of want to make like a zombie arena where like you press a button and it sets up a zombie. But I kind of want the number of zombies to exponentially like get faster. That's going to be a bitch to reset is the thing. And you can't like do any upgrades or whatever. Hmm. It's not the worst idea. What if I just drop mobs that all have items that you can craft stuff with? Which, beyond leather, I don't know where to go with. But yeah, that's about it. Maybe just zombie pigmen. You can create gold stuff. Zombie pigmen and whatever drops sticks. So like trees, I can just make you fight trees. Or bees. Bee arena. Oh god. Is there a spawn egg for bees? Where would a spawn egg for bees be? I think the hardest part about some of my New Year's resolutions is that they're confidential to the point where I can't even say them on recording. Which is the case for number 5, which before this point... Oh, there. Yeah, there we go. Which before this point I wasn't even saying that there was a 5. But there definitely is a 5. Blaze. I'm assuming it's yellow. Endermite, Ender Guardian. Let's just say witch. Yeah, okay. Ravager, Pillager, Phantom, Zombie Villager. Specifically, alright. Spawn Wandering Trader. Neat. Vex, Evoker, Vindicator, Shulker. Stray, Slime, Spider, Zombie, Pigman, Drowned Squid. Which Elder Skeleton? What was over there? With a skeleton. Silverfish, Enderman, Creeper, Fox, Panda, Sea Turtle, Dolphin, Salmon, Pufferfish, Cod, Tropical Fish, Zombie Horse, Skeleton Horse, Mule, Donkey, Horse. Bees! I knew they existed. Alright. Apparently they don't exist. Oh, they're there. They, as if I spawned multiple. Yeah, okay. Do I really want a bee arena? I don't know what else to do. There's not much variation you can have in Minecraft. I say. Yeah, I say. There's not a lot of variation you can have with, like, mini games, you know? I already have a Spleef arena. No, not a Spleef arena. What do I have? Where even is it? Oh my god, I forgot it's like the whole... doing the plate here. Yeah, I've got the light bike arena. I haven't reset. That's because it's a bitch to reset. That's the problem with playing games in this TARDIS, that they're always a bitch to reset. Ugh. Complicated games are always terrible. Like, even card games, you have to shuffle. Learning to shuffle sucks. I'm getting better. I don't know. I can't use spawn eggs. So if I'm not resetting, no spawn eggs, alright? So, oh, this shit fucking, god damn it.